Hi, I'm Shannon Symonds, and that's Elliot, and I am the author of Safe House. Okay. And he's helping me make a video to talk to Syracuse schools about writing. I live, just a little bit about me, I live in Seaside, Oregon. I have 6 kids. I did live in Utah for a little while in Bountiful. I have a daughter that lives in Farmington. So Seaside, Oregon, on the ocean. So there's the beautiful ocean, and I live just about a block off the beach on the other end of town. So you sent some questions. Number 1, Addie in the 5th grade asked, why did I choose to become an author instead of something else? Well, Addie, I began writing when I was very, very young. My mom said I wrote apology letters. And so one of the things that I used to do when I was your age is have a hard time sleeping. I don't sleep very much, and so I would lay in bed and think of stories. And those stories would go on and on and on night after night, and I loved writing them, and I loved writing them down. I had 13 teachers in my family who brought me to the beach every summer, and I would write, and they would help me with my writing. I read all of the books in our beach house on all the rainy days, and just fell in love with writing. But I also, besides writing for like Deseret Digital Media, the Billion Clicks blog, and a few other things that I've done over the years, I have worked as an advocate, which is somebody that helps kids your age. Sometimes I have in the past worked with your families, survivors of some kind of abuse in a family. We know that 1 out of 4 people will have some bad experience in their lifetime, and I would go out with the police and work with families when bad things happen and help them. So I do both things. Right now I work at a place called Foster Club. So if you've ever been in foster care or kinship care, you may have heard of Foster Club, and you can write, and we have a contest for kids who have been in foster care right now. So I kind of do both things. I work during the day, I'm with my kids, and I actually have sold paintings and artwork, and I write. But if you want to be an author, don't be like me. Just write. Write all the time. Never stop. And don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of good feedback and criticism. It makes your writing better. So next person, Heather in the 5th grade. How did I come up with the ideas I write about? Well, Heather, I can't stop thinking of ideas. It's kind of a problem I have. I'm always thinking of stories and thinking of people in terms of stories. The ideas that I had for my book came from my work. The main character, one of the main characters in my book, does similar work to what I did, which was working with people who are in a bad spot. And as I did that work, I noticed a few things that I saw a lot. One was how hard it was to be a kid, to have a family that's having a tough time. And I also noticed how great kids were and how resilient they were and how amazing they were. And I wanted to write about that. I noticed that sometimes police had a hard time figuring out who is the bad guy and who is the good guy. And that makes for a great story. Anything with contention and mystery and thrills, that's the kind of story I like. Lots of characters. So I guess you could say everything in life is an idea. All around me, my job, my work, it's all fiction, and I get that it's fiction, but it's all based on my cumulative life experience and what I dream about. Just dream all the time. Imagine, imagine, imagine. A fun game is to go to the store or the mall and look at people and think up or guess what their stories are. Like maybe that person's a Russian spy, or maybe that person pretends she's a housekeeper all day, but she's really a millionaire blog mom. So Riley in the 6th grade asked, how did you get a book approved or published? How do you get a book approved or published? So Riley, I heard once that J.K. Rowling sent Harry Potter in 17 times before a person picked it up and published it. I think you have to work really hard. I was very blessed. I sent it in once. I got some good advice. I rewrote the whole book, and I sent it into Cedar Fort, and they published it, and they were the first person I sent it to. So first you write your story, then you have lots of people read it and help find all your mistakes. Get it as good as you can. Don't take too long. Don't worry too much. Don't make it too long. Have what we call beta readers. Check it out and then just send it in. You can send it in online, and you can do it right now. You're not too old. You're not too young. It's not too late. It's not too soon. Just don't waste your life. Don't be like me and wait till you're old to do a book. If you want to do a book, do it now. Thanks for letting me share.